Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Misty at Skeeter Jones, and this is this week's 10 things. This week I will have maybe no handmade pieces. I could just randomly happen to pull out something that I have made. And everything you're going to see here, you may have seen before. Some of it might be coming back because I have a place where I collect things that I've shown on my videos that I then plan to list because they didn't sell, and those things kind of got mixed together with things that I haven't yet shown. So I didn't want to sort through and pull all that stuff out and try to remember what I've shown and haven't shown. So I'm just going to pull it all out fresh. So that's why you might see something that you've seen before. If I give you a different price that's higher this week than you've seen this item for in the past, then just send me a screenshot of where I have shown it for cheaper at some other time, and I will give you the cheaper price. And then of course, if I've shown it at a higher price and today's price is lower, of course I'll honor that. So just send me a screenshot and I will honor the lower price. But we're just going to go right into it after I tell you about, and you probably have already heard, I think most of my subscribers also subscribe to one or more, if not all, of the resellers who recently made the trip to Orlando. As of now, I've already seen Steph Styles' video and AKA the Bag Ladies video from that trip, and I'm sure some of the other participants on the trip are going to show their videos as well. But I do want to shout them out because they're friends of mine that I've made here on YouTube that have grown to be great friends. So if you don't already know and don't subscribe to, please go visit and subscribe to Steph at Steph Style, Marilyn at Shady NY, Jamie, aka the Bag Lady, and Janet and Bryn, Happy Hour Haulers, and Pat at Pat Garza. Please go check all of them out. I'll have links to all of their channels in the description of this video. They are really good friends of mine. Please go check them out if you haven't already, and give them thumbs up and subscribe to them. So now we will jump right into this week's 10 things. Item 1 is something that I got at the antique store that's not too far from where my youngest son goes to college. And I picked this up thinking, oh my goodness, what a huge heavy chunk of sterling this is, because it looks like sterling, but it is a very good faker. And recently, I'm not sure who it is. I think maybe it was Joanne at Texas Cash. I could be wrong on that, but I'm still going to put a link in the description to her channel because I've given her a mention here. But someone that I know through YouTube had this kind of chain on a bracelet that they picked up, and they thought it was also sterling. I did test this. It's not sterling. The pendant is not sterling, but it's a very nice looking faker of sterling. The clasp right here, it's a magnetic clasp. It's this big meaty pendant on a very big meaty kind of snake serpentine style chain, again with this magnetic clasp. The pendant is about 2 inches long. It has all this detail in it. It's very artistic looking, rectangular. And let's see, the drop on the necklace is 8 inches, and then of course you have 2 more inches on the pendant as far as how far down it hangs. The neck opening is 8 inches long on the drop, and it is not adjustable, of course, because of the magnetic closure. But there it is, and it's very nice. I really like this piece, and it is item number 1. Number 2 looks vintage. It may be vintage. It's not sterling. This is either glass or crystal here on these stones. I think they're actually glass. They have closed back mounts on them, these little like cushion cut stones with sort of a Y drop. It comes out to the sides more like a T than a Y, but I don't know if that changes whether this should be called a Y drop or not. But it has a very, I don't know, sort of Edwardian, Victorian type look to it. It has some weight to it, more weight than it looks like it has. And the hang tag here just says made in the USA. It has some really nice patina on it, but it is not sterling. The stones are sort of garnet colored somewhat, sort of a reddish purpley sort of color. And the drop is, for the opening of the necklace, is 7 inches, and then the pendant hangs down another 1.5 inches. And let's see, 7 inches, and then you have a 1.5 inch extender. So anywhere from 7 to 8.5 inches drop on it, and then 1.5 inches right here that it hangs down. And this beauty is item number 2. Number 3 is this cuff bracelet. It's sort of a hammered finish. This came in one of the last thread-up 15-piece boxes that I got. I was disappointed overall with those last 3 boxes that I got, and I might talk about that at the end of the video. But this is one of the good pieces that came out of one of those last 3. It's gold tone. There's not a maker's mark on it, and I don't see any scratching or wear. All of the gold tone is nice. There's no wear on that. The only thing I saw, the only flaw, is this tiny scratch that's sort of underneath the white stone right there. And then the 2 stones that are held in place by these bands are, oh, I have a chipped nail right there. Sorry about that. But you have this kind of milky white stone, and then this one that's sort of ombre from green to gray. They're not polished. They're very rough, sort of rustic looking stones held in place by those bands. And it is adjustable because it's open here on the back. It fits me very well. I think I'm around a 7. And I'll give you an exact size on where it sits now. It's a 7 where it's sitting at the moment. But then of course, you know, it's very, very adjustable. But there it is. And I will have a picture of the gem testing for the stones in the close-up pictures at the end of the segment on this bracelet. And then I might include a video of the actual gem testing at the end of this, or I may do a separate little bonus video and just show all that gem testing tomorrow in a separate video. But this one is item number 3. Number 4, I recall showing this one, I think, and it's a humdinger. This is it's brighter than it's looking on camera, but this is a yellow stone, which I believe is glass or crystal. And then there are these really small crystals around the sides that are sort of in this zebra stripe or tiger stripe pattern, pave set. And it's got an open mount on the back. And this chunk of a ring is 925. I do remember testing it. I may or may not have shown this before, but I have tested it, and it is 925. I think the stone is glass. And let's see, it is a size right about a 7.5 on the size. But it's a statement and a half, this one. So there it is, very bright and very statementy. And again, the detail on it is really nice. There's no scratching, no wear that I can see. Let me double check it. Well, actually there is some minor scratching right here at the bottom of the band. I'll put a close-up of that in the close-up pictures. But there it is. This really, really blinged out statement ring with a large square stone. Let's see, the stone is, let's give you a measurement on that. It is about 1 inch square all the way around. And that one is item number 4. Number 5 is something I got a while back at an estate sale, and it's this little brooch. It has little kids holding hands. This would be good for maybe a preschool teacher or the nursery teacher at a church or something like that, or a kindergarten teacher, or any elementary school teacher maybe would enjoy something like this, or a mom that has 5 kids. But it has this really nice patina on it. There's the mark right here, and I'll put a close-up of that as well. The pin is nice and straight and in perfect working condition. It has this type of closure, if you can see that with my less than perfect focus here, right there. So perfect working condition, beautiful little children brooch. They're all holding hands in a row. It's 2 inches across. And let's see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little kids. And that's item number 5. Number 6 is a thrift find from Salvation Army. There's a store that's about maybe 40 or so minutes away from me, so I don't get there very often. But when I do, of course, I always check them out. They do jewelry bags or jewelry jars, but I don't live close enough to get there in time for it. It's really hit or miss. When I ask the people at the counter if there's any certain time that they put those out, they say whenever the lady that makes them is working, and they don't know ahead of time when she's going to be working. So anyway, I got these earrings there, not of course in a jewelry jar or jewelry bag, because I haven't been lucky enough to be there when the lady that makes those is there. But these are some blister pearls, and they actually have another name that is escaping me right now. I'll try to put that on the screen. But these have some size to them. They are mounted in sterling. The clips are nice and tight. And of course, I'm only showing you one of these right now. I'll show you the other one in just a minute. But they have this very beautiful luster to them. And here is, I'm bringing out the silicone ear in case you need some warning on that. So here it is, and that's how it would look on. It's about 1 inch across. And here is the clip on this one. Nice and fully working. And there they are, these blister pearl. And again, I'll look up the, there's another name for that, and I'll look up, dropped an earring. And these are item number 6. Number 7 is this pretty copper bracelet. With this, I believe this is some kind of quartz, rose quartz maybe. It is definitely a stone because it's cold, but I will test that and make a video of the gem testing. I'll include results of the gem testing in this close-up pictures for this piece. But you have 3 rows, and they're on memory wire. So there's a clasp with an extender, and it's really not even completely necessary to have that there because of the memory wire. It would stay on, like if your clasp came undone, this bracelet is not going to fall off unless someone just ripped it off of you. But there it is. It has a lobster clasp with an extender, like I said, but it's adjustable even beyond what the extender will do, I think. Well, no, When it's at the end of the extender, that's pretty much as far open as it'll come to. Maybe that's why the clasp and the extender are there, to hold it in place in case you need to extend it all the way out. At its smallest, it comes right at a 7. And then, of course, it can extend all the way down, as far as you need it to. But you have these 9 pretty, probably rose quartz beads. And there's little details carved or cast into these little copper beads. You have tube beads, little spacers, and then these little sort of egg-shaped beads with the spirals around them. And that's a nice, so that could be boho, or that could be actually a little preppy even. Just a nice classic look. And that is item number 7. Number 8 is these really pretty earrings. They're just these simple little drops with these red stones. You can't really see it on the screen. What I'm seeing, as the light shines through these stones, they just light up this nice jewel tone red color. They are acrylic stones set in this gold tone, and they are pierced. They are about, or exactly, about 1.25 inches long from the top of the earring down to the bottom of the drop on the bead, which is just, mounted like that. It's just glued into that setting. And I'll pause for just a minute to put this on the silicone ear. Here's what it looks like on. It's very nice. It can be dressy, or it can be just a jeans and t-shirt earring. Very simple, very pretty and classic. And these came also in one of those last 3 thread-up 15-piece boxes. And since I've mentioned it twice now, I think I will be telling you that story at the end of this video. This one, not just one, both, both of them are item number 8. Number 9 is this sweet little koi. Let's see, let's get him turned around. He's so detailed, but you're not going to be able to see that until you see the close-up. He's carved out of some kind of stone, and again, you'll see that gem testing result in the close-up pictures, and then I'll do the video of all the gem testing also, and that video will be separate. I've decided now, instead of attaching it to the end of this one, I'll just make a separate video showing all the gem testing, so you can see the Smart Pro Gem Eye 1 in action again. But here it is, this sweet little koi, and he is about 1 inch long. His little fins are carved, even his little dorsal fin, his eyes, and they've colored his little eyes in right there. And the ring goes through his mouth, and even his underside is carved a little bit. Yeah, he's so cute. And he's on a silver tone chain. The chain has about a 9 1/4 inch drop. The sweet little koi is, he's about 1 1/4 inches or 1 1/3 inches, including his little jump ring. And let's see, there's a 2-inch drop. Then about 9 1/4 inch drop on the necklace, so it can get up to around maybe 11 or so inches overall if you're using the extender. And he's just so cute. And he is item number 9. Number 10 is a pretty amber ring. This is nice Baltic amber, and it has the little inclusions in there. And it's sterling. This is a small one, so it could be a pinky ring, or maybe if you know someone who's a teen that might enjoy an amber ring. It's the size about 5 1/2. It's pretty small. It fits my pinky loosely, or maybe about right on. But the little amber cabochon, or the setting, is about 1/2 inch across. The cabochon is a little less than 1/2 inch. The entire setting is 1/2 inch across. It has a little rope detail right here around the edges, and this split shank, I think is what you call that. And then it's non-adjustable. Just a simple little classic ring that any amber lover would enjoy, especially if someone is just beginning their amber collection. This would be a good simple piece for them. It will be priced right, so someone can get their hands on a nice sterling ring set with amber at a nice price that's friendly to a brand new amber collector. So this one is our last item, number 10, closing us out with the amber sterling ring. If there's anything you're interested in purchasing from today's video, remember to just contact me, skeeterjonesthings at Gmail, and we will talk about it there. So a little bit of story time now that we're finished with the 10 things. I mentioned a couple of times those last 3 thread-up 15-piece boxes that I had gotten. It's been a while since I've gotten a thread-up 15-piece box because I've had some opportunity to get one and may have been able to snag it because those are actually staying up longer here lately. And I gotta say, I've been getting tempted with seeing some of the videos where other YouTubers are opening up these boxes and the pieces are seeming really nice. What stopped me is the last 3 boxes I ordered, and these cost me around $75 each with tax and delivery and all that. So I was in for about around $225 altogether with these 3 boxes. And out of those 3 boxes, I was able to only salvage maybe 5 pieces, not per box, but 5 pieces total. So out of 15, 30, 45 pieces, I was only able to sell 5 of those, or only 5 of them were usable. Everything else was broken, had so much wear on it. It belonged in a DIY bag, or was so far gone actually that it really shouldn't have even been put in a DIY bag. I was very upset about that. I was seeing things like tarnish, broken things, frayed wires, frayed memory wires and things like that. And it just made it impossible to use those things. So I called thredUP. They weren't interested in making it right. Actually emailed thredUP and they weren't interested in making that right. So I thought, I'm just not going to do any more thredUP 15-piece boxes for a while. So the pieces I showed you today came from those last 3 boxes. So that's the story about those. Now we're going to go camera down and I'm going to show you a little bit of what I'm working with across my next few videos so you'll kind of understand what's going on. So I'm going to stop here, turn the camera around, and show you my workspace and talk a little bit about what to expect over my next few 10 things. Here are the pieces I just showed you for this week's 10 things, and here is where I pulled those things from. This is just a collection of things, like I mentioned, that I may have shown before that just got all mixed together with things I haven't shown. And I just thought, you know, I'm going to put them all here on this tray. I'll bring this tray out every week for the next however many weeks it takes and show all these things. This is where my 10 things will come from. So that is the explanation for that. And here's just a little preview of things to come over the next few weeks. To close things out, I wanted to ask your opinion on something I'm planning on doing with the channel, and that is that I want to start doing a second video every week, either on Thursdays or Fridays. It will be about 15 to 20 minutes, just like 10 things is, and I would still do 10 things. This is an additional video that I'm thinking about doing, and it would be about 15 to 20 minutes, maybe longer, depending on what the content would demand. And things I'm considering are showing hauls, like thrift hauls, estate sale hauls, or things like that, or just talking about things that I do, things that are of interest to me, or maybe craft with me videos where you just, or I just video my crafting, whether it's in the ceramic studio or whether I'm making jewelry or things like that. So what I'm looking for from you is to let me know what kind of content you would like to see from me on Thursdays or Fridays. Would you enjoy pop-up sales maybe, or would you like to see haul videos, or me just gabbing about things that cross my mind? Just put your suggestions in the comments. And even if you have a different suggestion than anything I've mentioned right here in this little blurb about it, put all of that in the comments, because I really want to start putting out a second video every week, and I want your input on that. And then I want to thank you for spending a little bit of your time with me today on this video. And if you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, consider subscribing if you haven't already, share it with a friend who you think might also enjoy it, and leave me a comment. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.